is on as far as the presidential campaign conversations are concerned. And there are more conversations on the character and quality of those seeking the #1 city in Nigeria. Yesterday, we had a chieftain of the APC and the former governor of Edo State, Mr. Adams Oshiomhole, where he spoke about the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar. Tonight, the PDP will be responding to some of the statements made by Mr. Oshiomhole. But for those of you who couldn't catch that, well, the episode is on our YouTube page. You can watch the whole episode. But let me allow you to at least to give a background to what Senator Dino Melaye, spokesperson of the PDP presidential campaign organization, will be speaking to. Take a listen to Comrade Adams Oshiomhole on the program yesterday.
So if 5 people have reason to question the character of Atiku Abubakar, that you can't trust his word, that he can't even manage his own party, he can't grant concessions, he's so fixated about certain things, he's totally insensitive to Project Nigeria, the need to keep Nigeria together. He could go to a place like Kaduna and speak to a part of the country and say, don't vote for a Yoruba man. He didn't say don't vote for Tinubu, because that's a huge difference. You might say don't vote for Tinubu, but when you say don't vote for a Yoruba man, I said these people who call themselves ethnic nationalities, don't vote for Yoruba, don't vote for an Igbo man, the Igbo nation. So because the man is Igbo, it doesn't matter. The fact of being Igbo makes him unelectable. A man who seeks to govern Nigeria has said this publicly on record. How can you trust him? You can't manage your household. You are a serial divorcee, and you want to preach unity, family unity to me? No, that's not that.
Well, that's a part of what Comrade Adams Oshiomhole said yesterday. Senator Dino Melaye, thank you so much indeed for coming tonight.
Thank you very much. First, I will start by saying that Oshiomhole is a victim of untamed. Is a victim of his own untamed tongue. And I'm surprised that Oshiomhole is yet to learn his lessons from what his unbridled tongue have cost him, including the disgraceful, shameful, humiliating, and unceremonious exit as national chairman of the APC. Before I go any further, I want to state unequivocally that the quote on what Atiku Abubakar, according to him, purportedly said in Kaduna is not true. Atiku Abubakar didn't make that statement, and there was no where Atiku Abubakar was talking about ethnic nationalities. Those are just beer parlor, street talks that he has catapulted into political relevance. To start with.
So what did Atiku Abubakar say?
Atiku Abubakar said that there should be no ethnic or religious coloration to politics. He started by saying, I am a pan-Nigerian. A man who started his statement by saying I'm a pan-Nigerian cannot, in the middle of his statement, now begin to segregate or show some colorations. I would not want to dwell on that. Rather, I want to say that the issue, the very unprintable statement by Adams Oshiomhole on Atiku Abubakar is actually very disappointing. Not too disappointing coming from him, because even on popular prostitutes in Edo State, know Adams Oshiomhole to be one of their popular customers. Because what I'm saying in essence is that Adams Oshiomhole is suffering from what I call CGR. CGR means chronic genital recklessness, and his own is garnished with matrimonial rascality. Because if you go to the social media today, there is a video of his genital organ sent all over the social media. So he attacked Atiku personally. So, and I'm saying that a man with this type of moral decay have no moral grounds to come to a respected studio like this and begin to disparage a nationalist, a philanthropist, a statesman, a former vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. He's coming to defend what is not defendable. He's coming to campaign, because I've said this on this platform before, that it is impossible, Sheung, for you to campaign for APC without looking stupid. It's not possible. Who is he trying to defend? He's trying to defend Bola Tinubu, and he's saying that Atiku is a serial divorcee. Atiku is married to Titi Atiku, his first wife. That marriage is over 50 years. And they are still together. Happy and together. And you are now trying to defend a man like Bola Tinubu, who you have Sade's mother, you have Sheyi's mother, you have Jide's mother, you have Abibat and Zainab. Those are the children of Remi Tinubu. 5 children from 4 women. And out of these 5 children, only 2 are known. Only Sade and Sheyi are known. Out of these 4 women, the only one that we know is Remi Tinubu. Others are mysteriously hidden somewhere. We have no record of them. Atiku Abubakar as an individual, you read his biography, you read his autobiography, you read his history. If you read it 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, he's still talking about the same person. You can identify his classmates. You can read about the school he attended. You can read about where he's from, Jada. There's no controversy about Atiku Abubakar. But everything about Bola Tinubu is controversial, mysteriously controversial. Atiku has no controversy surrounding anything around him. Because as I speak with you.
Yeah, so the aspect of where...
And the most important, let me wrap up this thought before, please, so that I don't get distorted. And the most shameful aspect of it is that Bola Tinubu's mother died a few years ago because of shame, because he's ashamed of himself. Because he has identity problem. He could not attend his own mother's burial. Is that the kind of character you show? It's not personal. You show as a Nigerian, a man who is not mentally or physically fit, is not complying with the provision of the Constitution of Nigeria 1999 as amended, because the Constitution has said for you to be the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, you need to be physically and mentally fit. Is that will you hire Tinubu? Will you hire Tinubu as an employer?
I would not like us to dwell on personal issues. What Nigerians are bothered about today is the character and the quality, the capacity of those who are wishing and willing to lead.
That's what we're analyzing.
I wouldn't want us to dwell
that's what we're analyzing. I'm trying to tell you
personality
that, I'm trying to tell you
attacks.
that it's not personal attack. I'm trying to tell you that Atiku Abubakar is mentally fit, is physically fit. There's no controversy surrounding him. Nobody have accused Atiku Abubakar to be a drug baron. Nobody have accused him of being a consumer of drugs. He has not gone to any rostrum and begin to use languages that manifest advanced dementia. Even today, just today, Tinubu was in Bayelsa. He still goofed again in Bayelsa talking about the federal development of Nigeria. I mean, this type of comments that showed a lot of mental disorders and psychotic factors should be. It's only in Nigeria. Right. Will APC, with the kind of manifestation of satanism, of wickedness, of killing, of kidnapping, of poverty, of hunger, will have the temerity to come out and ask for votes? Not only ask for votes, then they will have the audacity to attack a man who is stable, who is mentally and physically stable, who is experienced, who have all it takes to move us out of the woods and out of the doldrum. Only a man like Oshomole will support the likes of Tinubu and speak for him.
Let's dwell on the issues, perhaps. These are the issues that brought up these conversations and some of those traits of personalities that have cropped up in the last 24 hours. But now, one major issue that came up is what the candidates have to bring to the table to lead this country. And one of the questions that was raised is the agenda of Bola Tinubu in wanting to lead this country. And perhaps his visit to Baramoto Kingdom, for example, in the Niger Delta region of the country. And he has said that his candidate has approached them and promised them to alleviate their sufferings when he gets to office. Does your candidate, for example, have the love and the plan for these people who are perhaps, when they were speaking, they spoke about how much they've been neglected and how much their plight has been sidelined and their side had not been looked into. Now, what is the plan of Atiku Abubakar to the issues in the Niger Delta, to the Ijaw people of the Baramoto Kingdom that spoke up? That's one of the issues that raised the controversies.
I understand what you're saying, and I want to tell you this, that you cannot even be quoting APC or quoting Bola Tinubu if you are talking about the future of this country, if you are talking about the independence of this country, if you are talking about economic, political, and social revival of this country. You cannot be talking about them because, to start with, a leader must be coherent. A leader must be mentally and physically okay. A leader must be able to comprehend the problems of this country and differ solutions to them. With the manifestation, I repeat again, with the manifestation of advanced dementia, APC have no solution at all to the problems of this country. Coming back to Atiku Abubakar. Atiku Abubakar have developed a covenant with Nigerians, which he put up as a book, a small readable book called My Covenant with Nigerians. And in this covenant with Nigerians, he has articulated 5 major cardinal objectives and agenda.
Speak to us about that one that relates
to this country.
That relates specifically. No, just a moment, because I asked a specific question on the Baramoto people.
I'm coming there. Since it's not a jam question, you expect me to lay a foundation.
Because Nigerians don't want to be confused. Because
we're not confused.
One of the agenda for us as journalists that we will not allow politicians to confuse the issues for the people of this country. We will make sure that the issues are treated and they are hit on the nail. Yeah. One of the issues, which I will raise a few others in the course of this conversation, is that for those people in the Niger Delta region, they've talked about spillage, they talked about pollution, they've talked about a whole lot of the poverty level in that part of the country. Does your candidate have a plan for this set of people?
Yeah, before you interjected, I was flowing to that direction. And I want to tell you this, that if you take up a look at our agenda, no political party or presidential candidate have a robust solution to the problem of the Niger Delta like Atiku Abubakar. Because you know why? He understands the problem. Having sat in the vantage position of the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, ab initio, who actually worked towards the creation of the Ministry of Niger Delta. It's Atiku Abubakar. It was his blueprint. It was his own personal blueprint that gave birth to the Ministry of Niger Delta and the issue of NDDC and all that. So, to start with, this man who initiated the process for the creation of attention for the people of Niger Delta when he was vice president cannot become president and become alien to that problem. The issue of oil spillage is there addressed. The issue of poverty is there. And through restructuring, he is the only presidential candidate that is talking about restructuring of the country today. Through restructuring, host communities will definitely benefit and enjoy their natural resources and endowment. Atiku have also proposed some constitutional amendments. He has put up together the best set of constitutional lawyers in this country who have proposed, hands-on as he's becoming president by the grace of God, he is going to initiate constitutional amendments that will give meaningful life to the people of the Niger Delta. And not only giving a meaningful life to the people of the Niger Delta, Atiku have said it in different forums, that the IOCs, the relationship between the IOCs and the host community will be looked at. The issue of, like I said, not only the issue of spillage, even the issue of pollution in entirety will be looked at. The economic and social relevance of the people of the Niger Delta, where they will have a say in the resource that is leaving their communities, will be looked at. All this is embedded in that book called My Covenant with Nigerians. Right. And I'm assuring you that Atiku will not give lip service, because Atiku understands the problems. We're not saying just come and talk. No. In practicality.
So let's look at another angle. Part of the question that I raised is, can we get a president that Nigerians can trust, that will further unite, not divide this country? Yeah. And that's perhaps the question mark that Mr. Shomole raised on the character of your candidate when he says he cannot be trusted. And he brought up the relationship between himself and his former principal, President Olusegun Obasanjo, and he brought to the bear the question about the 5 governors in the PDP and perhaps the division in the People's Democratic Party. He said, according to Mr. Oshomole, that Atiku cannot be trusted. How do you respond to
anyway,
that?
I will start by saying that instead of Oshomole talking about what they can do as a government, instead of him quoting, he was gambling into domestic issues. And he was quoting and talking as if he's quoting the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Number one, look at it. Atiku is the most trusted presidential candidate of all the 18 presidential candidates we have in these 2023 elections. The West are comfortable with it, Atiku. Southerners are comfortable with it. The Hausa Fulani, the Ijaws, everybody is comfortable with Atiku Abubakar because he's not only a pan-Nigerian. No, even witches and wizards cannot accuse him of being a religious bigot or an ethnic jingoist. Because we all know, everyone in this country knows Atiku Abubakar.
Does he have what it takes
as I speak with you,
unite this country?
As I speak with you, Atiku Abubakar done his quest to get a ticket of the PDP, went to every part of this country and he was welcomed. And Atiku is the only presidential candidate who got votes from every zone of this country. Tinubu did not even visit the entire southwest and southeast. He didn't go to any of the states in the southeast when he was going around seeking for the ticket of his country. Go to the core north and say Tinubu. Nobody knows who Tinubu is. Go to the southeast. Go to Umuleri. Go to Aguleri. Go to Newi. They don't know who Tinubu is. So the only nationalist who has got friends in every nook and cranny of this country, and by the virtue of having been vice president, have contacts, information with every part of this country is Atiku Abubakar. And that is why it's not for fun that we call him the unifier. And talking about the 5 governors, I don't know why Adams Oshomole is taking Panadol for another person's headache. The crisis in APC is not only issue of 5 governors. If Adams Oshomole knows the kind of conversation that is going on with big guns of his party, he will retire to a sick home and take treatment.
All right.
So the problem in APC is too gargantuan. But I want to assure you that even the issue of the 5 governors is mentioning, it will be disgraced and they will be put to shame. Because I know that between now and the next 1 month, our party is going to come together as one. All right. And efforts are being made for us to come. It's just a minor misunderstanding. It has no effect on our elections.
Senator, let's wrap this up.
Yes.
And this is the same question I threw at Comrade Adams Oshomole yesterday. Yes. That if you have 30 seconds to sell your candidate to Nigerians, millions of them who are watching right now, what makes him the best candidate for the job in 2023, what would you say?
I will tell them that our economic problem, our security problem, is all tied to hunger, poverty, and unemployment. And only a private sector driven economy can give us a solution. Today, Atiku is a billionaire with enterprise. Tinubu is a billionaire without enterprise. Atiku is a giant, a captain in the private sector. So he is the only one that has the capacity and capability to create an enabling environment for the private sector to thrive in this country. And he has the connection with the presidents of our neighboring country to tame all our security problems. Atiku was trained by the police before he got into the customs.
Senator, we are totally out of time, but I mean, there has been a lot of conversation about what Oshomole said, that perhaps what he meant was not Atiku as a divorcee in a personal family life, as someone who had politically left other political party. That was perhaps what it was.
And quickly I will tell you,
we don't have time.
No, quickly I will tell you that he lied. Tinubu moved from APP to AC AC to ACN, ACN to APC. So he has moved to 3, 4, 5 parties. Yesterday he was saying on this program that Tinubu has not changed party. He has moved from APP to AC, AC to ACN, ACN to APC. So the issue of moving party is not an answer. It is quest to solve the Nigerian question. And Atiku Abubakar is poles apart. It's comparing light and darkness when you talk of Tinubu and Atiku Abubakar.
Senator Dino Melaye, thank you so much.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine. The same problem, no time.
Even if it's 2 hours, there will be time. But thank you so much for your right of reply.